So previous module, growth and development during childhood. Actually, that module includes concepts and meaning of growth and development, and characteristics of growth and development, and major differences between the growth and development. Now we are going to discuss a new module, that is principles of growth and development. Actually, so many principles, like more than 10 principles are there for supporting the growth and development. Okay, let's see what are the principles are there one by one. Principles of growth and development. The changes brought about in the individuals by the process of growth and development. It's tend to show well-defined the principles. They are now as the principles of growth and development. These principles are listed below. Let me see the principles one by one. The first principle is principles of continuity. The development is a continuous and never ceases. So any individual is starting his life is a very small sense or tiny sense. It develops his body and mind and other aspects of his or her personality through a continuous stream of development. Okay, and the second principle is the principles of individual differences. Exist a wide range of individual differences among the children with respect to their growth and development. There are wide range of individual differences or exist with the respect of growth and development of children. Okay, and the third principle is rate of growth and development is not uniform. Rate of growth and development is not uniform. Okay, so although development follows a continuity with a rate of growth and development is not steady and not uniform at all times. So it proceeds rapidly in the early years and in the middle age. So it's stagnant or it's slowly developed. And when the individual or children attain their puberty, automatically a sudden rises and speed of growth and development is happened. Okay, let me see the fourth principle. The fourth principle is uniformity of pattern. So although development does not proceed in a uniform rate of so marked individual difference, yet it follows a definite sequence of pattern. For example, the child first learns to turn laterally, then tilts so as to lie on its stomach and swim on the floor, and then it sits in the floor and stands and walks before it learns to run. So thus development progressive is a sequential pattern is found in every child. So this sequential and progressive pattern is found in every individual. Okay, and this picture is slowly shows that slowly increases their growth and development. It shows that clearly explain about that. And in this picture clearly explain about the uniformity of pattern. So first it is tilts, and after that it swim with the child's stomach, and it sit and walk and before run. Okay. And next principle is principles proceeds to from general to specific responses. So general to specific responses. In all phases of a child development, general activity proceeds with specific activity. Its responses are general, short before, and they become a specific. So the responses are of a general sort before become a specific. So for that, for example, an infant learns gross motor movement of hands, and before it learns the fine motor development of his fingers. The young infant grasps any object with the whole hand. Young child or young infant grasps any object with the whole hand, and gradually it begins with the thumb and fingers. Okay, let me see the next principle. The next principle is principles of integration. The development involves the movement from the whole to parts and from the parts to whole. So whole to parts and part to whole. So the integrating principle is happen in the period of childhood, especially in the it means that the growth and development. So it is one of the important principles of integration. So the principles of integration, so that development involves the movement of whole to part and part to whole. Okay, the next principle is principles of interrelation. So that principles of interrelation is mean that the growth and development has various dimensions of developments are there. That is the physical development and mental development, or moral development, or emotional development, like that. So these are the interrelated and interdependent. These are the interrelated and interdependent. The growth and development in any one dimensions affects the growth and development of the other dimensions. So if one dimension is affects, automatically the other dimensions is also affected by the principle. Okay, and the next principle is the next principle is development is predictable. With the help of rate of growth and development of a child, it is possible for us to predict the range within his nature of development is going to follow. So with the help of the rate of growth and development of a child, it is possible for us to predict the range within his nature of development is going forward. For example, from the trend of increase the height, we can predict beforehand how much the height of the child will grow. So this is one of the important principle of growth and development. Okay, the next principle, the next principle, the growth and development are joint product of both heredity and environment. So the growth and development is a joint product of growth and development. Okay, heredity and environment. So both are intertwinkled, interrelated things. Okay, and next one is the one of the final principle. Growth proceeds from head to toe, head to trunk. Okay, the growth proceeds from head to trunk and center to extremities. These are the 10 principles of growth and development. So it is a very essential for learning childhood and growing up, learning child development.
Okay, thank you, viewer. I hope you might understand the concept of principles of growth and development. Thank you all.